Hello guys, welcome to SCHINO'S kitchen, and today we are blessed to have Ben. How you doing?
I'm alright, mate. Do I not even get a full name?
No, Ben Davies.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You may know him from other channels such as...
well, I do a little thing with Smart Homie, which is...
Only a little thing.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a little thing. I also actually do something in the industry. Occasionally.
You do. You install the craziness that we sell out that red door.
Absolutely. I'm looking at products right now that I've touched with my own hands. I've also sworn at most of them.
What, the physical people or the distributor that sells them?
Both.
I haven't shouted at me yet.
You know, technology, that's what happens. It's learning to relax around technology and understand that it doesn't always go right.
Do you know what? In most demonstrations, you should actually point out to customers that there is going to be a point when this goes wrong.
Yeah.
And remember that I am not a dick, but I will come and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't...
But you need to pay a maintenance contract.
I would never call myself a dick to a client. God. Who does your sales patter?
Me, mostly.
Poor. Absolutely poor. So yeah, that's me. I don't think there's much to say, to be honest. Started a little Facebook group.
How's it going?
It's all right, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moaners.
There is a lot of moaners.
It's life.
It is.
Life is a balance.
One thing I noticed about it is when you see some really constructive stuff and then you see some rather questionable content.
Yeah, there's some utter bullshit on there. But you know, that's the whole point of having a community, is that once you put objective outcomes, and so you say to people say how you feel. You know, they're gonna put how they feel, and we all know in this industry people have got fucking opinions. A little bit.
Kieran from One Install, maybe.
Oh, Kieran, yeah. He's one of the placid ones, isn't he? Let's be honest.
He's a calm child. He's a calm child.
So yeah,
I'm holding a cucumber, but you're gonna teach me.
You're excited to see.
I am excited to see you. Yeah, I'm just really excited.
I'm super excited about this. I love cooking. Absolutely love cooking, and so I've seen a few of yours, and I thought, you know, he's a bit shit at this cooking. He likes to do a lot of this.
I like to cook pasta. Yeah.
A lot of this,
of course.
Yeah.
But the fact is, when you're cooking, it's difficult to do things on a camera at the same time. So the simplicity of my dishes is quite strategic. And today I've got to Ben, right, come down and do some cooking with me. So instead of doing a simple pasta, we're doing a flipping Thai duck salad.
Yeah, but this is brilliant. And I was saying this to your content creator, your little, I know, look at him.
Georgie boy.
I know, he's beautiful.
His biceps, so he's holding that.
I know, yeah, don't. That's my that's like that. Yeah. You know, I was saying this to him before, and this is minimum effort, maximum output.
You hear that, George?
This is the dish you do when you've got a partner around. You want an easy life. You don't want to be doing fancy shit that's going to have you in the kitchen. You want to stick a duck in
that you bought from Tesco's pre-cut.
Yeah. Cut a salad up and get your patter laid. You know. You don't want to be
don't eat with your mouth full, George.
Yeah, exactly that. So
the duck's been cooking for the last sort of 45 minutes that we've been messing around, and I've got a selection of goodies. Yeah. So I'm your sous chef, mate. So teach me. What am I doing?
Well, first of all, we need to make the dressing. It's dead easy.
How do I do that?
We don't need the carrot.
I'm just obsessed with that at the moment a little bit.
Put the carrot down. I don't think you work well without having something in your hand.
No, I'm a very tactile person. I wiggle my leg a lot.
Should I be worried?
Things so you just don't go near me when I've got the knife in my hand.
Right,
that's what I would say.
Let's cut we need 2 limes in half, and we need the juice in a bowl.
I have a bowl. I have a very, very sharp knife, which Capes Patel
Do you want me to...
yeah, they're squeezing. Watch your eyes, mate. Watch your eyes. So, other than obviously coming down to cook today, we wanted to sort of catch up properly, talk about a few things in the industry, talk about, Smart Homie, how it created. Obviously, we're both now content creators in the industry. We've got some funky shit going on, haven't we? So
yeah, I mean, I do love it when people say that, you're a content creator or you're an influencer.
I know.
It's an interesting subject, is the content creator and influencer in a market.
God, this is going everywhere.
I know, yeah. I think what you got to define what an influencer is in the first place, and as long as you're doing positive things and you're doing good things, and you're putting some kind of you're listening to people, That's the really important part. And I think if you're listening to people and you're allowing them to be to talk, and that's why the community and the group has done so well, is because we allow people to talk. We don't stifle people's opinions. Then for some reason off the back of that, it becomes like an influencing market.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily me, and that's why we say, like, we have the co-founder, like, part of, we need to start chopping up, mate. We have the co-founder part of the Smart Homie, and what is the co-founder is that group, or anything that I do in and around that group, is nothing without the people that's in it.
Yeah, and the industry that it's in. Yeah,
there's no point, like, when people say, like, you created Smart Homie or you created this, it's like, all I did was start a Facebook group. It's not like I built an app or, you know what I mean, or started a religion.
You've taken the initiative to bring it together, and like it's the same with sort of when we were thinking about us as a company. Like, we're thinking, we are a boutique distributor. Let's face it, we're a smaller distributor.
Yeah.
So what is the most creative way of reaching out to clients from our perspective? Well, content like this. You know, we could have 25 salespeople out on the road bringing you donuts and telling you about AVRs, or we could produce some really quite exciting content and you learn it within 20 minutes while you sit on the toilet later on the night.
I think that is the key element, though, isn't it? Is that we are in a technology industry.
Definitely.
And it is fucking bonkers, right? That we're still moving people around. Like, we may as well be sending pigeons.
Yeah,
you know, with notes, like with brochures. Like, it'll be with you in about 2 days. It's coming from London, like poor little pigeon Dave, flying up to York to come and see me. You know, we're in the epicenter of an industry that is in exponential growth. You know, it's
especially
amazing.
COVID, yeah.
It's unbelievable. And we look around us and we see all these people making phenomenal content that is engaging, it's fast, it's easy to get hold of.
And you want to watch it when you have the time to watch it.
Exactly. Like, that is the key point here, is that I want to have a condensed time of looking at some things.
Yes.
I've done some consultancy work with, like, you know, a lot of distributors and all the rest of it. And a key thing I keep saying to them is that if you could condense what you've got going on this week into 5 minutes and just send it to me, then I will watch that within my time. Yes. You know? You wanting to come and see me, I completely understand that. You know, it's networking. You want to create a relationship with me. But the way that the feeder to kind of start that is to create the content and engage, you know, get some traction on me by creating content that I want to see and I want to be a part of.
Yeah. You
know, like with this, I see it online. I think, I'd love to come and cook. When's he going to ask me?
No, it's funny that you said that, because we put a few videos out to sort of gain a bit of traction, get people wanting to come on the show. One of the things that we struggle with is people physically wanting to come on camera.
Yeah.
Because it is daunting to put yourself on a camera, but the format that we've done...
Get out of the way, you.
Mate, I'm chopping.
Get out of the way, you. Come on.
I'm letting you talk is what I'm doing.
Oh, no, that's fine. I can talk and chop.
My wife's going to watch this and she's going to be laughing, because when she's cooking at home and I'm cooking, I completely ignore her because I can't do two things
Exactly, yeah. This is the thing. Is that I'm watching you asking me questions and I'm thinking to myself, like, we're going to be here for like the next week. You know what I mean?
Well, the duck is keeping warm in the oven.
And so. We've got other things to do. You know, we've got to break a few people's balls in the industry.
Terrific Tuesday.
We've got to
do. Oh yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Make sure you answer your phone. Have we got another chopping board? Because if we've got another chopping board, then I can do another chopping for you at the same time. But no, like from our side of things with the content, it's a case of if there was a way of condensing things down, and we're starting to see now that people are using things like our unboxings, the deep dives and all those kind of things to get that key information there and then. Because whenever I was out on the road before, the one thing that I found really not distracting but hard was that I'd come to see you in your office, right? I'm sitting there with you and Jonathan, the phone's ringing because you've got clients wanting answered questions, you've got your engineers out on site that need things answered, all these kind of things, and it's just constant stop and start, stop and start. There's never any kind of real time together, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this content side of things, it just really, really helps.
I agree.
Chop the chilies.
Yeah, you can do the chilies because I'll go for a wee and it'll hurt.
Do you want seeds or no seeds?
I mean, how brave are you feeling? How hot do you want to go?
I'm quite brave, actually.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm pretty brave, so let's go for it.
No, I think the important thing to understand is that we all know that networking is super important. that's why IOC has been such a huge part of all of our lives, is because where have most of our relationships been formed? Yeah, it hasn't been from someone turning up in their Ford Focus, you know, like selling me shit out the back of the car. Like, it's a black box, you know, and no matter how you look at it, there's a lot of black boxes that do the same shit. For me, I want to have a relationship. Yeah, go on, yeah, shoot. I want to have a relationship with someone. I want to.
Well, like you were saying yesterday, it's a marriage, isn't it? It's like you want to be together.
And it's a really important discussion to have. Is that marriage side of things? Is that's with your distributors and it's with your clients, and understanding that you want to have a period of time with them. And if you treat both your distributor and your client in the sense that it's just a project, I need, you know, and we see this a lot with, especially like something like Kaleidoscope, where a client needs a Kaleidoscope, you know, and it's like, well, how do you deal with that as a distributor? Because that client needs it. You know, the distributor is not going to buy anything else from you. So is there really a relationship that's formed? Are they better than buying off through someone else? Because, you know, you're not going to invest some time into someone that's never going to come back to you in the first place. And I can kind of understand that. It's both ways, that people need to understand that client then is a marriage over a period of time, and that they need to understand that you're going to be spending money with them, and you know, it's
and I think from my perspective, being a distributor, where I'm you're like a barrier between us and the end user in respect. So you get a different type of conversation than we have with each other. But when it comes to the relationship of a distributor with a dealer, we've had instances where dealers have started an account with Pulse Cinemas. They may be doing Lutron with us, for example. Yeah. And then they've grown into one of our best AV dealers because we've invested time with them. We've taken them through training. We aren't. I mean, yes, we can do training modules and all these kind of things, but it's not just about, from our side of things, just knocking out training courses and all these kind of things. What it is personal time with a dealer, building their businesses together and going into that relationship so that they know we've got their back if they need anything. Demonstrations on Saturdays, you know, these kind of things, or I'm on site, there's a problem with one of your products, can you come out and help? We will send someone to help. It's that kind of, we're in this together, and if we aren't in this together, then what's the point, you know?
No, I completely agree. It's that, you know, whether you're a distributor that just wants to move boxes, absolutely fine. Like I kind of go down with the methodology of thinking of it like this, is that everyone has their own business plan. Everyone has their own way of doing things. No one's wrong, no one's right. It's where they need to be. It's that goal, it's their journey, that's what they want to do. It's understanding where you want to be and why you want to be there and who can facilitate that. And so there's nothing wrong or right in anyone's approach to it. And so some people suit you as a distributor as a marriage. Exactly. Some people don't. No. You know, that's marriage. You know, we've all kissed a few frogs. I've kissed a lot, you know, and I think I'd say to my wife is that we were saying this before, we were saying this yesterday, you know, I'm frightened of my wife, I don't mind admitting that on camera, you know.
Not your wife, I'm petrified of my wife.
You should be fine, you should be scared of my wife, Mo, she's a scouser.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But that's what you need in your life, you need that person.
Spark, that fire.
Yeah, you need that, and it resonates with everything you do. Is that when you meet a client, there should be a spark there. There should be something that they should love your passion, and you should love their passion for their projects.
Exactly. I have it so much in demonstrations where the client will be in the demonstration and they've come in the door, not knowing the dealer, for example. They've approached them through their contacts page or something, and they've arranged the demonstration. They've come down to meet here. First time they walk in and there's this kind of like funny vibe in the air, like it's this nervous energy of who was this place, why am I in an industrial estate, all of a sudden I'm in a kitchen, what the hell is going on, oh my gosh, sub-zero fridges. And by the time they've left, we're all best mates, they're giddy about the fact that they're going to be putting in a cinema into their property, and that for me is the win. The coffee that comes from the sale of the cinema is what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And that client, once it's gained that relationship, will be with you through not just that sale. Like, everyone's got to stop thinking, and this is advice, and I try not to put advice out there, but you've got to stop thinking of projects as single entity projects. No. You've got to be thinking of clients as, you know, as a lifetime client. So that when they come into here and you've created that relationship, like you said before, what does it feel like when that person comes in? It feels a bit nervous, feels a bit uncomfortable. It's that first date.
Yeah.
You know, when you go and meet that girl and you're like, oh shit, like, I hope she likes me. I'm going to dress really good.
Yeah,
I'm going to pretend to be someone that I'm fucking not because who I am is an absolute knob. So, you know, let's bring out posh Ben for a bit until I've brought our defences down just a little bit and I can bring out knob Ben.
Still don't fart though.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, you can bring in your casual vomit as well. I don't know if you've ever done that on the first
casual
date.
vomit,
when
yeah.
You're a bit nervous, you go and have a little casual vomit in the toilet.
Yeah, that's it. It's all, you know, it's the psychology of selling, it's the psychology of life. We're human beings, we're programmed to do things in certain ways. We can't help it.
No.
You know? It's once you understand that and you start learning about it a little bit more, it's fascinating. Because it gives you a tiny bit of not power, but understanding.
Exactly.
And that's really key for like selling, you know, bringing someone in, creating relationships with them, creating friendships with people. Like, I can be in a room with someone within 60 seconds and I know if I want to go for a beer with them.
Yeah.
And we've, you know, again, we had a conversation.
He hasn't invited me for a beer yet. So.
No, I haven't. I don't like him. It's fine. I might invite David for a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. But it's one of those really key parts of life. Is just understanding those relationships and understanding that time is finite, is that we only have a certain amount of it, and don't spend it with people that you don't want to spend it with. It's not,
exactly.
It doesn't mean that you can't put yourself in a position where you're going to have to, like, you know, lose some time. We all do that with clients, but the really important part is to know when to say no and step away. I feel like this is like a information like video now. You know, it's like say no to clients, especially ones that do. You know, it's true. It's true, and like it will. We see this a lot in the group, and it's a really important thing to always hark back to. Is that, you know, I see a lot of, oh, this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong, this has gone wrong. You know, I don't feel like I'm in control. I'm working too much. I don't have any time. You know, there's this big like life balance that we all try and, you know, do our best to, you know, kind of figure out. And it's really hard. You know, you work hard in your business because you want to support your family because you need the money.
That's it.
But then you work, your family life goes to shit. You know, we're not 20.
It's that
We're
balance.
not 20.
Exactly.
Like this guy, he's just like, you know, I've got to get up occasionally.
Hurry up, it's nearly 5 o'clock.
You know, exactly. Rolls in at 9:30 this morning. 9:30 this morning when he's supposed to be in at 8:30.
I've been in Tesco's, everything. I've gone shopping.
But then that's being 20. And then as you grow older, that you need to find that work balance. And I think you lose that perception of being 20 and learning to just be like, do you know what? It doesn't matter. If I don't go to work on Saturday, is it going to end my life?
Yeah.
And like that's where the community comes in really strong, is that we all go through shitty things. We all do. You've been through them. I've been through them. Having a community gives you the power to talk about it. As long as that community is run in a way that allows people to speak and say, I've had a really shitty time. Do you know what? It's cool. So have I.
Yeah.
You know, get it out.
Yeah.
Because it's going to feel way better once it's off those shoulders and someone says, I've had my van broken into. It's fucking shy. You know what I mean? Everyone gets in there like, oh, if I saw him, I'd give him one.
Screwdriver in the face.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I wouldn't, because I've got two precious hands.
I would literally run away.
Yeah. But it's one of those things, is that that's what you want. You know, like, especially in the time that we've gone through over the last 12 months, 16 months.
Mental health is just madness.
Like, that's what we used to do in the pub. Even though we wouldn't admit it as men, we'd go in there and be like, we'd talk about football and women. Because I know nothing about either. No. And I'll be talking about doing duck salads that we're not even
Is that
making.
what you call it then?
Yeah.
But it's with the mental health side of things, like from a community perspective, we were talking about this yesterday, like one of the key things that I love about being at Pulse is that community, family, whichever kind of context you put it into, is that well-being of staff is paramount.
Yeah.
To Mike and Kate's, the well-being of their members of staff. If you have woken up and you have had the crappiest night, you've had a row with your family, all of these kind of things that happen in normal life, they're not the type of directors that turn around and say, well, it doesn't matter because it's 10 to 9, you've got to be in here because you need to sell cinemas for me. It's, what can I do to help you? And you touched on me in terms of Mike has taken me through life coaching, psychotherapy, everything to deal with the anxieties and depressions that I've suffered in the past. And I think from a platform out there, it's difficult sometimes because we are characters. Essentially, we've got to be these positive characters.
Yeah, but sometimes the most creative and the most positive outlooking people, I know, exactly the same as you, have demons, and we all do. It's understanding that everyone goes through something.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't matter what level that something is, it's listening to it and appreciating it. And I can't fix your problems.
No.
You know, you can't fix mine. It doesn't necessarily work like that. It's more about talking about them to start with.
Yeah, accepting them.
And having people around you, a support community.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's and it sounds ridiculous, a Facebook group or your friendship group, your family. That's what, we just have, you know, rings of support. You know, you have your family, you have your best friends, you have your workforce, and then you have the wider community of people that are in the same niche as you, like something like the group.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I suppose with things like the workforce, I'm a soft boss. I know I am. But I also know how that leverages staff retention.
And respect for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And people wanting to work for that business.
Yeah, and an understanding that, you know, life isn't a bed of roses. We don't, oh God, it'd be ace if we could just cruise through life. But it is what
in a way
happens.
that'd kind of be boring though, I think.
Yeah, of course it wouldn't. It wouldn't shape you.
No.
You
learn from your mistakes, you learn from stuff.
Absolutely. You've got to cry, you've got to laugh, and you've got to experience everything as much as you possibly can in life, to then when that day that you're on your deathbed, you can say, do you know what, I had a fucking brilliant time. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Boom. See you later. Drop the mic. I can't wait.
Pull your own IV
You know what I mean? I could put, you know, I would have said, I was like, if I die tomorrow,
at least you had a duck salad.
Yeah, after a duck salad that he didn't fucking make properly. And you look back on all the happiness and all the joy that you brought into your life, and that's what you've got to kind of focus on. Is that the downtimes are the downtimes, and you'll go through some really shitty ones. You'll go through long periods of them. Some of them will be like, you know, like one day and
never ending, constantly.
Yeah, and it'll be like you feel like you know, literally just wading through mud and not achieving anything. But it's taking the goals. It's taking, like, really appreciating them. You know, like when you do something and you achieve something, and then you walk away from it and you tell people about it and you reflect back on it and how well it is. It balances that whole yin and yang.
And also, like from like when you look at someone like Usain Bolt, right? He runs for 9 seconds, once or twice, and does it. But he's trained a lot to get to that point. But he's not running that fast every day of his life. And I think what some people fail to understand...
Really difficult to make a duck salad.
No, but what I find...
Chop the onion. Come on. See if you can chop an onion at the same time as turkey.
How do you want it chopped?
Just finely sliced.
Finely sliced.
Yeah.
Because one of the things it's like...
I love this, by the way.
It's okay.
Why isn't all my meals done like this?
It's okay to be average for the day. It's okay to just get through the day. It's okay to just get up, clean your teeth, get dressed and sit at your office and look on your emails and answer some emails. Is that not good?
Fucking hell, it's hot.
But it's like, I think sometimes it's so easy, especially in a fast-growing industry like this, to burn out.
Yeah, just a sec.
What, mate? I thought you were Northern.
I know.
Curries and all that sort of
Jesus. Stuff. Let me just get a tissue. That's pure fire.
Sabotage.
Yeah. If you are feeling down and depressed, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, that'll wake you up. Oh, have you opened the fish stores?
Wow. So that's the end of the cooking show today.
Yes.
Ben's going to go home and cry. Sorry, mate, go on. You were saying something.
No, I'm just saying it's important for people to understand that it is okay to be average. It is okay to not have the best mindset during the day, but it's also, if you realise it and you accept it and use the communities that you have around you to get yourself back up, there are people there that do have enough energy that day to help you. But understand that there's energy takers and then there's energy givers, and if you can master a balance of both, then you'll feel so much more fulfillment because you're able to give.
Absolutely.
You're able to help, but also be helped. You're never going to get to a stage where you are bulletproof and that's it. You don't need. It's always going to be.
That's not the goal.
No.
The goal of life is not becoming bulletproof to things that go wrong.
No.
There is no goal to life. It's just, it's a series of experiences that make you happy.
Exactly.
And some of them will make you sad, but there's still an experience that defines you as a person, And when you say about reaching out to communities, there's a real understanding of like how it works from a mental health perspective, in the sense that if you are feeling down and you are not feel like you're out of control, those support communities are fantastic. Absolutely, don't hesitate to kind of reach out to someone that doesn't know you, because sometimes that's the best place to start, and then you reach out to your. I've been through therapy, and it's some of the best things. I'm happy like to discuss. I had a drug addiction problem when I was in my late teens, and I didn't cope very well. Like I was 20, and I thought I was king of the world on the outside, and I was dying on the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did that professional help do? They didn't fix my problem.
It's almost like a respite in a weird
They gave me confidence.
Yes.
They gave me confidence to be able to go out there and speak to my family and then tell them my problems. Then the shit's off your shoulders. Like I don't feel good about myself. Well, why don't you feel good about yourself? Now, well, I've spoken to a professional and this is what he thinks and this is how I feel. Let's build on that. Then you can reach out to your peers, people in your business or whatever it is, and say, I don't feel like I'm in control. Oh, that's okay. I felt like that before. Oh, so it's not me.
Yeah, and I think sometimes though it is finding the right person, because you have to understand as well that some people simply do not. It's not that they're a horrible person; they just don't have the capabilities to help you, and sometimes it's actually detrimental to them to pull them in. So knowing who you can speak to is a good thing.
Yeah.
But also from a professional perspective, I found therapy, life coaching, all these things actually really helpful just for my own professional life. Like being able to learn about different personality types, being able to understand how people are from an energy perspective. When someone comes in, energy is a language.
Some people don't want to do that though, and it's a cognitive thing. That so you get to a certain age, you get to a certain place in your life where you want to start learning about other people and how they, interact with yourself.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to learn that. It's absolutely fine, and it's not a detriment to them.
No.
Because generally those people are probably in a happier place. They don't need to work out why other people are the way they are. They just need to have, they're either in a cool space or they manage the way that, for me and you, like I was discussing beforehand, we like to have our little circle of control. Yeah? Yes. That's fine. We know that. And it's absolutely, some people don't need that because they can manage. They've been able to manage that since they were, they've had a good upbringing or they've had a bad upbringing, but either way, they can still manage what's going on in their life. Probably because they've got a really good support network and probably because they communicate really well. And sometimes with me, I now communicate more than anyone. I won't shut the fuck up in the industry, for instance. But when I was 20, I couldn't communicate to someone and say, I don't feel right. Because I wanted people to look at Ben and be like,
Ben's cool. Ben's
he's right. I've always been like this.
And it was about what.
But inside,
no, that's true.
Inside now, I'm much more. I've got a little boy. I've got a family. I've got the most wonderful life. And then this last year has been shitty with losing my dad and things. But the balance in my life allows me to deal with that. Whereas when I was 20, I thought oh, the world is against me. Yeah. And then I my mid-20s, I was like, God, what a dickhead I was for, becoming a drug addict, wasting so much money, nearly giving my dad a heart attack. I think, well, what a prick. But then now, 10 years on, I'm just I couldn't stop that.
No.
That was going to happen.
It shaped you as a person. It's helped you. Yeah. It's helped you. And it's having, what you just mentioned about having a little boy and your family and your wife and everything like that. It's the same. My wife has seen me at my worst. And the thing that was difficult about our relationship at that time was that she'd seen me as this geezer in a white car in a nice suit walking into the petrol station, Essex boy selling stuff, making money and all this kind of thing. But inside I was crumbling, but I had this ability to have this bravado around her to get her interested.
It's acting.
It's acting, exactly.
Yeah.
And we built this relationship, and then it was at a point where I couldn't hold on anymore, and all the emotion ran out of me. But that was 10 years ago, and she's still here, and we've got another child on the way. It just shows...
That's a marriage.
Exactly.
Whether it's a marriage or a marriage,
you're going to go through downs.
From that date, and we all go through this in life, and you'll meet someone, and when they see the shitty side of you, and they can still pick you up, and it has to work both ways.
100%.
You know, is that then you know that's got some traction. You know that can work. And we've all been in those relationships where you don't even feel like you could even speak to the other person. Because they've known you as Ben. You know, he's cool, he's fine.
Yeah,
like, he's the one that goes to a party and, you know, of course, it's mischief and mayhem and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like,
he's indestructible.
I do that because that's
you're actually shouting for help in a weird kind of way.
Exactly, yeah. I just want to get absolutely paralytic and not have to think about the shit that's going on everywhere else.
Definitely.
You know, and I think it's where it comes back to in the industry, and I do want to bring it back to the industry because, you know, we are actually in the industry. We do shit like in the industry. Is that, you know, there's a lot of people that are one-man, two-man bands. There's a lot of people that are, you know, single business owners. I was really lucky with my business that I've got. Jonathan, who is the best part of a decade older than me, had a business before I even got into it. I didn't have to worry about that. And I trust him. I trust him implicitly to do the right thing for us. Yeah. You know, it was marriage. So that was, if I hadn't have done that, I'd have been like the other single entity businesses out there who are just trapped in their own brain. You know, so they go to work every day and they've got to think about who they're paying, how they're paying them, where the money's coming from. It must be horrific. And I think use the communities, not just like your friends and family, but use the
other
communities.
Business owners, people that are in the same
Reach out
boat.
to distributors.
Exactly. Yeah. Speak.
You
to
know,
people.
like I think that's a really key thing. Is that it's not all roses from a distributor's point of view. They've been through some shitty times as well. Each person has got an experience, and we've said this before. Is that when you ask for help, it's like when you're going, you know, you get in your car and you're going to a certain destination. You know, you can ask for one set of directions and you can take one path to that goal or that destination, or you can ask lots of people.
Yeah.
And you can get lots of different views, and you can take various ways to get to that destination. Some of them might suit you better.
Exactly.
And it's really important to kind of reach out to as many people as possible and not feel like that person, that individual person is going to give me the direct answer.
Exactly.
You know? And that's why I always say to people is that I'll happily give you advice, but don't just take it from me.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I'm a completely different person to you. You know, and it's really important to get that diverse opinion, take it in.
It's like market research, essentially.
It is. Yeah. Stop, like suck it all up, work out what suits you, which path suit you, and then start taking the journey. If it goes wrong, it's fine. We can stop, we can go back, or we can go and take a different direction. You know, it's really important to start motivating yourself to get to that next goal. And people like to do this. You know, it's my favourite thing. They're like, I want to get in the smart home industry. How do I do it? And you're like,
exactly. That's like every other day there's a post on Smart Home. Hi, and it's like, we're in the van.
Well, yeah. Wait a second. Stop. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? How much time do you want in your life? People forget, like, if you come into the smart home industry, say goodbye to your social life. You know, especially for the first year, 2 years, 3 years, like training, you know, like business. Like, what people forget, going off on a tangent here, this is what happens. It's a good job I'm not drinking.
This is why it's a forum. We're going to have a nice cold salad.
I know, yeah, exactly. But what people forget is that if you're an electrician or an IT guy or whatever it is, yeah, absolutely fine. That's where I came from. Is that is a required service. Someone is consistently looking for an electrician to do wire the house, blah blah blah, all the rest of it. What we do is luxury sales. You know, we sell Ferraris, we sell super yachts. You know, so when you get into this industry, it's not like someone just goes, you do smart homes, brilliant. You know,
can you make my house smart?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You've got to drill down on clients. You've got to find those people. You've got to be a marketeer. You've got to be a networker. You've got to be a sales guy. If you're a single individual, then if you want to get into the game, then you've got to fulfill a lot of roles. Now, do you want to do them?
And are you that type of person?
Yeah.
You know, that's why directors of companies, let's face it, are generally redundant in bigger companies because they've been able to hire the accounts people, the sales people, the marketing people. It's
an understanding, that's all it is that if I was coming into the market now and I was just, you know, I'd gone from a completely different like space, and I was like, right, I want to get into smart homes. I'd very much start asking the right questions, you know, rather than saying, what technically do I need to learn? I'd be asking, you know, who can write me a business plan? Who's been in this? Who's done this road? Who's gone down this road?
Who's failed?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could save yourself like literally years of time, and time is the most important thing here.
Yeah.
Like, not doing shit that you don't need to do. You know, like, I don't do networks. I don't find them fun. I don't find them interesting. I pay people to do it. You know? Why? Because like, I don't want to learn it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I hate this whole kind of like pressure from the industry to be like, why don't
everyone needs to learn everything?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's impossible. It's A, impossible, B, impossible to keep on top of it.
And in a weird kind of way, it's counterintuitive to do it.
It is. You're never going to be able to scale.
No.
You're never going to be able to grow a business. You know, and like I say, every business has its kind of niche. You know, if that's what you want to do, you want to learn everything and you want to do it, absolutely fine. All I'm saying is that it's going to be a really stressful road, you know, and that actually creating that business plan, understanding where you want to be, it doesn't have to be like, I want to be retired by the time I'm 40. You know, we all want to fucking do that. It's not going to happen. You know, David's well past it.
Yeah, but he's
you know, exactly. Yeah.
How long until you get your bus pass?
Yeah.
Another year.
Another
cool,
year.
cool.
Okay, great.
Keep going, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. that's it, isn't it? It's that people look way too far ahead. It's fine to have that goal, but then like bring it back and have like some real like 6 months. In 6 months, I need to have a business plan. I need to have spoken to 4 different companies that have done it. You know, that are in a year, like a year ahead of me or 3 years ahead of me. I need to take in data. You know, get yourself to a position where you can make some informed decisions about how they got there. You know, how much money they put into it. I mean, there's a whole science behind setting it up. It's not like, oh, one day I can just step into it. You all can. You know, we could all get that one job. George here has no experience of doing a smart home. If he was George's Smart Homes, we could get him a job tomorrow.
Do you want a job, George?
Yeah, he's out.
That's the right answer.
I know, yeah. But that's it, isn't it? Like, every electrician, every IT guy has got that one client that says, I'm thinking about doing this, I'm thinking about doing that. Okay, that's one job. What happens now? Well, I'll use that job to get the marketing for this, that and the other. So you've got, 3 photos? Brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, what's going to happen next? You know, it's got to start
I have
with
those clear goals, but also I think from touching on the mental side of things is that I am a firm believer in like...
I need a bowl.
Imagining...
Get me a bowl.
Imagining...
salad.
Oh, a salad bowl.
Yeah.
Imagining like where you are acting as if you're there already gives you that kind of... It's like the coincidences that lead to that point. If you can really visualise what it's like. When I was doing my speech at my wedding, right, I was petrified, absolutely crapping myself because I thought I've got to stand up in front of my whole family and their family and everyone and talk about something. So what do I talk about? And I did an exercise with my life coach, and it was, right, you're literally, imagine you're standing there now. How do you feel? What do you want to do? Give me 3 words. Like, I want to be inspiring, I want to be funny, I want to be loving. Like, just use those kind of words. And it really helped me. Like, how do you want your company to feel when you're in front of clients? How do you want your company to be looked at in the wider community? And it's not just about, like you say, the business plans and the how much deposits I charge and all these kind of things.
No, it's who you want to be as well.
Who you want to be as a person, and what energy you want to give that client. Like, I've got tradespeople. I've been doing up my house recently, and I've got tradespeople that have done my bathrooms and all these kind of things. Declan, the guy that
I keep on talking about Declan, mate. Get a room.
Declan,
fucking hell.
He is the man.
Yeah,
right? DS Home Builds.
And if you
get
just
him on
drop
Instagram,
a link just below to Declan's
Declan,
website.
DS Home Builds. He's the absolute man, but I trust him.
Simon makes 5% for every purchase that's put through that.
Actually, Declan, we need to talk, because you're going to see this video, we need to talk about that, mate, because I've got you quite a few jobs recently.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's true, like, I trust him, I want him to do the work, and I know that he will get it done to a really high standard. But when I first met him, I didn't know him in that way. I had to take a risk to get the chance for him to show me.
It's
what
a marriage. You knew already.
But
it's a marriage that you knew already.
Yeah.
Like, you can't help it. Like, we meet people, and then yes, we get it wrong occasionally, but there's There's some people that'll come into your house and you'll be like, nah.
There was a few.
Yeah, you know,
Like, don't
he
like
comes
you.
in, he's like, where's the bug? I need a dump. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Dave's for our house because he just likes to come in on the sale and take a dump. You know, so it's and this all comes back to ethos, rules. You as a person, like some people just don't suit that, mate. You know, some people want to come into a house and they want to be fast, they want to be quick, they want to be agile, they want to get in, they want to get out, and they just want to make money. You know, and they're quite happy in there. Understand that. You know, understand where you are, what your levels are, what you want to be, where you want to be. You know, like
because there are some people that are literally happy feeding themselves, feeding their families, and that's good.
And respect that.
Exactly,
I really hate it when we see people being like, "Oh, come on,
why is his van on site?" Like, picture. It's just no. Give him a chance as well.
Yeah, well, it's not even just that, is it? It's like it went. You know, I've got my best mate. I cried at his wedding when I did a speech, by the way. It's like, manly am I? I know, and he wouldn't mind me saying this either. Is that he's happy. He does what he does. He does it really well. He has no intention of growing his business. He has no intention of marketing ever. You know what I mean? Like he occasionally goes on Facebook and like, I wear plugs. You know, like there's nothing there. But he's happy. Cool, leave him be.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
You know, like I used to. Old Ben, you'd be like, come on, let's do a marketing campaign. Let's do Facebook ads, and he's like, well, why? Like I've got loads of work and booked up, and I'd like, let's increase your
stress.
Let's increase your prices. Let's do this. Like, why don't we take over, like doing your admin and doing your business? It's like, fuck off, leave me alone. I like completely agree.
Like, stop messing me about.
Because what I do, or as I was doing in that marriage, because he is my best mate and that is a marriage, I was becoming the nagging wife.
Yes.
Like, you know what you need to do? You need to get happy. You know, you need to be doing this. You need to fuck off, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me be me, the person that you fell in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need a push, but learn when
the push is right.
Yeah.
No,
and
it's
hold
true.
it back.
It's true.
Hold it back.
Right, so we've done that. Now we're gonna. Do you want me to open your cucumber for you?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Like I say.
We really do like Ben here. So there you go. Is that it?
I can't wait for you lot to taste this.
Is it really spicy?
The dressing. Fucking brutal.
I'll peel this. But yeah, no, so where you're standing at the moment, you can see through the small cinema bit. So we've got the simulation
sales
side
pitch.
of things.
You ready for this?
Yeah, you've got to have the sales pitch. That's the whole reason why you're here, mate. I need you to help me. But we've been talking about it the last couple of weeks, and obviously I've got the simulation side of things coming in. So proper high-end simulators, and I know you live up in Leeds, but I need you to come back and experience the sim racer, because I think it's going to be.
I mean, what I will say is that I'm the least car man in the world, so it'd be funny.
We can put you in a Corsa van. Corsa van around the North Loop, yeah.
Like I do know, like what I've done is, you know, like that football app where it gives you certain sentences.
Yeah.
I've learned like Nürburg and like Turbo.
Turbo.
Yeah.
What about turbo lag?
Yeah, of course. You idiot.
Cut the carrot.
Yeah, I've learned. Yeah, turbo. Yeah, you just got to, you know.
But no, but this is the thing, like.
Leaders. Have you got a peeler? Champion,
mate.
Yeah.
The sim racing world though is full of people that understand the word turbo and lag and apex and trail braking and all these kind of things. Which, yes, people when they use the simulators are going to be those type of customers. But what this is a luxury product.
Yeah,
this is what people forget. Why would I buy a simulator? Because I'm not into sim racing. Yeah, but you go out and buy a nice watch, a nice car. Like nice house,
it's also it's a community thing. Like
mate, massively.
Yeah,
huge
like I've
community.
got clients that buy cars for fun, and I've got clients that are not bothered about cars, but they'd put it in their house just so their mates would just like come around. I've got this. Let's do this, because they're more than anything, we work for people that are competitive.
Yes,
we do. Doesn't matter if they're a celebrity, if they're a footballer. Like they live their life by being competitive. You put something like that in their life, they can't help it.
No, exactly. But the thing is, it's like two of the guys. Well, one used to work here, Chris, and Mark Rundle, our purchasing manager. Like literally, obviously we've been doing it in the garden, guys. But they've been coming around, and we've been like literally on my sim racer at home, going from them in automatic crashing into every single barrier around the track and not actually doing any sort of racing, to now in full manual, loving every track, knowing what corners to be, what gear to be in what corner, and it's just created this kind of passion that they didn't realise they had.
Well,
and I think that's what's like, I'm so excited about getting the sim into the demo room, because when people come down to demonstrate a cinema, they see not just the cinema concept, but what else you can achieve in your property now as well. So.
Well, no, and the other side of it, of things like that, is that
wipe your hands on them, mate.
Thanks, mate. This kitchen shit. Do you know what? It is like an Essex bird. It's all show. It's all show.
It's all show, mate.
It's all show. Sorry, everyone. I'm still reeling a little bit from the spiciness. I thought it was all man. Obviously not. Obviously, my throat's hurting.
Mate,
Simon basically bent my ear off yesterday.
What are you on about? You and David were chatting so much. I had to go. I had to literally go.
Yeah. So.
Should I get the duck out?
Yeah, why not? This is the best bit, George. You'll love this. Like, you literally go bang. That's it. Done. Next. A bit of coriander, Simon style.
I don't. There you go. You could do this.
His little arms.
Yeah.
Little gopher arms.
What about the cashew nuts? Do I need to chop them up?
You just throw those on, mate.
Oh, throw them.
Yeah. I need 2 forks.
Need
please.
2 forks.
Yeah.
Let's do some shredding.
Wow.
There you go, mate.
Thanks.
There's a couple of forks for
Thanks.
And did you put the honey in the dressing, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. It's not made much difference to it. It still tastes like shit.
Is it really that spicy? Yeah, it's got a kick to it.
It's got a little. Yeah. Fuck, let me get this.
So what? So obviously we prepared this duck. Oh my god, they're so hot. They're so hot. So we prepared this duck earlier. It was a rather daunting task, wasn't it? Getting that duck, cutting it.
Oh, I mean,
off
I know, yeah.
Plucking the feathers. It was pretty.
Gotta do what you
intense.
gotta do. I mean, mate, I'm from Yorkshire, so I mean, I got this duck from the pond.
You did?
Yeah.
I wondered what was in the back of your van.
Yeah,
when it
that's
turned
it,
up.
innit? Yeah.
But the thing was that I found amazing was that when we lifted up the feathers and it said like preheat oven to 200 degrees fan and cook from chilled for 25 minutes. So
Yeah, they come with that from the Yorkshire, you see.
Yeah.
They're very polite, those ducks.
it was really, really handy. By the way, Betty, if you are watching this, yes, ducks do get eaten. They aren't just what you feed in the pond. And they taste great.
Who's Betty?
That's my daughter.
Oh, is it? Yeah. If you're watching this, I hope you aren't, because there's a lot of swearing in it. That was his fault, by the way. I'm usually massively polite.
I went to drop her off at nursery, and I was getting so she's got like this little Minnie Mouse bag, and I'm sort of bent down to pick it up. She's standing behind me, and the teacher's there, right? So I put down, and Betty's just gone up to me, and she's just like, ass, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna get that? Stop it, man! They're gonna think I'm the worst parent in the world.
But that's the best though, when you're at that position, when like you've just taught them something that's horrific.
That's brilliant.
My little boy came into our bedroom the other day, and this was like 6 o'clock in the morning. Bear in mind he's 4, and said, "I've got good news, and I've got bad news." I was like, "Mate, you're 4. You've never had bad news. Like, we do everything for you. You know what I mean?" And like, he must have just heard it from somewhere. He didn't have any news.
Oh, he didn't have any news.
No, like I was expecting him to be like, "Oh, I've woken up, but I've shit my pants." And you've got a little bit of coriander on your teeth.
Have I?
Yeah. Put that in the reels.
Let me get some play.
I've put him off.
No, it's all good.
But then that's the best thing about having kids, isn't it? Is that you can basically turn them to be whatever you want them to be.
You can. I've got this new one now with Betty where you just say the word baseline and she just goes.
Love it.
It's fucking brilliant. I'm gonna go and deal with the coriander.
I love it. We've been Thomas likes to tell us when things are like 2, and so we've got a great photo of him just doing like this. And so what we do now, like if anyone sends me something like from the lads, like they're just like, oh, I'm on site at the moment and I'm having a problem with this. Can you give me some technical support? I just send them Thomas like that. And they can't get angry at my son.
But the thing is, it's like we spend all this time, don't we, making content, and then whenever we do like a tweet that contains Betty, for some reason, like it just goes nuts. I think.
Yeah, of course it does. You know why? Because everyone can relate.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone can relate. Like you know, when you talk about things within the industry, not everyone can relate because not everyone's doing the same thing. Oh shit, missed the cucumber.
What should I do with it?
Just give it a chop up. Have you got another board?
I'll use a plate. Right.
Okay.
What, do you want it like cut into sort of strips or?
Yeah. Right, we'll just stick it on top. It's fine, like.
Actually, why don't we peel it?
Yeah.
Go all proper professional.
I could have done like a nice little cucumber pickle or something like that. But
Yeah, a little bit of white wine vinegar.
it's not part of the old minimum, input, maximum output.
So George, I hope you're taking notes, mate. I know that I don't know how we've managed to drag out this salad as long as we have.
Are you proud?
It's really good.
You should
mate.
come to one of my jobs, mate.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll make some ribbons of this for us. And George, you can taste this, mate, because
I'm not.
But no, man, it's been really funny, and you're going to do some more content with us, aren't you, while you're down? So
I am, yeah. I can't wait for that, by the way. Yeah.
yes, be warned, guys. Make sure you answer your phone. Right, is that enough ribbons for you?
Is there anything else that you want to talk about, or do you feel like you've?
Well, no, mainly it was like I just wanted to get the concept across as well, because like you've reached out to us, we've reached out to you, we've come together, we've made a duck salad, but it's not just about making a duck salad. The fact is,
really shit.
you've come on and you've shown what we can do in the industry with content, and it's really important that you guys out there as well that want to come on to this platform, please, it's there for you to be able to talk about your business, talk about your life, talk about the relationships that you've built around this industry. It's just
Don't talk about industry shit, to be honest. Come on here and
the industry's pretty boring.
talk about your kids. You know what I mean? We want to do funny stories in the industry. That's what I want to do. So yeah.
There's going to be some serious. Do you want me to crush?
I don't know why I got the pineapple. That's part of the recipe, but I don't think I've ever put it in.
It's
just weird.
It said pineapple, but
It's like
I did-
pineapple on a pizza. Is that your kind of thing? Nah, neither. Yeah. So I'm out.
so cashew nuts, just sort of what? Sprinkle them on.
Yeah. Just like Jamie.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's brilliant, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, there you go.
I just feel like
Couple of nuts.
that. I am not having this, by the way. It's absolutely brutal how hard it is.
Do you want a nut, George?
Yeah, no, I think you are doing absolutely the right thing. I mean, in one sense, I'm a bit annoyed by you all.
Why?
Because you've got the facility to do it. You've got we've got a showroom that we're sort of in the middle of finishing off. But you've got cameramen. Like,
Yep.
you've got real
Got
people.
proper cameramen.
Whereas I try and do it myself, or try and get a few people to help me out. That's the real difficulty of it. So I'm a bit jealous, if I'm completely honest.
But the thing with it is like what we were saying about how earlier on, like not going out and visiting people. Like we're in the 21st century. The investment in good quality cameras and all these kind of things, it gives us a complete avenue to reach people, and it's paid for itself 10 times over. It's
Absolutely.
a case of what we need to do to progress as an industry.
And you know what? It's also about just
We've made so much mess. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just about starting. Like we've all got phones. I'm not saying that you have to start videoing yourself or anything like that.
No.
But even if you start, again, maybe this is slightly subjective and it's not fair, is that because my brain doesn't work the same as everyone else's. It's because it's probably a little bit evil and a little bit creative. But just keep shooting stuff. Keep taking photos. George will be testament to this. We should get him on, do a little.
I keep trying to.
Yeah, and if you take enough photos, is this not true, George? If you take enough photos, one of them will be all right. If you take 1,000 photos, one of them will look amazing. It's just the way it works. It's just with the phone anyway. Is that naturally, like the phone will do the hard work for you, and at some point you'll get the frame in the right place. You'll get the rule of thirds in the right place. It's just the way it works, and it's. If you do it and you get that one, you get that little buzz like, oh, that's ace, like I can use that.
I remember now, like it's still on YouTube now. If you go onto the Pulse Cinemas channel and you look at the first video that was ever uploaded, it was me talking about, it was when we distributed Definitive Technology. And it was a Definitive
Tech.
DefTech, look at this new DefTech W Studio soundbar. And it was just the shittest video I've ever done in my life. But I went home, I was so proud of it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, look what I've done. And that was just then. And you just got to try. You just
Oh
gotta
yeah,
go for it and
absolutely.
just
I'll still
stand
get
up.
people, like if I go to any industry shows or anything like that, they'll do this to me. When I did He Rises on the video, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, why did I do that? But you know what, like, you've just got to keep creating content.
Exactly.
It can only get better, and do you know what? It makes no difference if no one watches it. If you're doing it for you,
exactly.
That's the most
have fun
important
doing it. So we're going to try this very strong hot duck salad.
it does look alright. Look at
It
that.
looks
look
really
at that,
good.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at the ribbons.
Oh, that's nice lighting as well. See, I reckon you could take a good photo of that. It would taste like shit, by the way, but at least it looks amazing.
So, all right, go for a bit of carrot in there as well.
Yeah.
It's really no, it is really good. It is really good. Very spicy.
Yeah, that's all right. I think it's the cashew nuts that do it for me.
Yeah.
But
no, this is good. So George, minimum effort, maximum impact. Well, you won't be talking so much because you'll be too busy with your missus.
yeah,
You'll actually be able to make this pretty quickly.
exactly. You know, that should be a metaphor for a lot of people's life. If you input 1, you should be outputting 4. That's business, life, everything.
Yeah.
You know, live it. Go crazy.
Thanks for coming on, man.
No, that's brilliant. Yeah, peace out. It's been brilliant. Oh, my mouth's on fucking fire now. Wow. It's the hottest thing in life.
Oh, literally, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is too hot. I'm trying to sort of say to subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you click the bell icon.
Yeah.
We want to make
The
sure
one that looks like a
it's-
chili, currently, in my eyes.
But no, Ben, thanks for coming on the cooking show, man. We're going to do some more filming today. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel and keep an eye on Smart Homey because there's going to be some really cool stuff
Absolutely.
out there. And no, I really appreciate the duck salad, mate. It's awesome.
Wicked, thanks.
See you later.